10 years ago, I first went to the New Forest National Park in search of peace and solitude. The time I spent in the forest gave me crystal clear vision, and I returned ready to fight for what was most important to me. On this episode of the National Parks Project, I'm heading back to the New Forest, this time with a deeper understanding of the natural world and a yearning to do this beautiful historic environment justice with some landscape photography. Along the way, there'll be flooding, prancing ponies, wild camping by the river, more flooding, epic sunsets, a symphony of birdsong, and even more flooding. So, without further ado, the New Forest National Park, let's get into it. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the National Parks Project. Today I'm in the beautiful but quite cloudy today New Forest National Park. So you can see behind me there's quite a bit of flooding that I'm dealing with at the moment, but I've got to hike to where I'm going to camp this evening, and along the way I really want to get some landscape photography in. So what I'm intending to do is get a shot, an ancient woodland scene with the New Forest ponies grazing. So throughout the New Forest there's about 1,000 ponies grazing here, there and everywhere, so I feel like I really want to capture the essence. And if you're new to the channel and you're not aware of the project, I will be hiking, camping and doing landscape photography in all 15 of the UK national parks over the next few months, and I will also be trying a local savoury dish, a local sweet dish and a local beer in all of the national parks. So that's my mission, but go back and watch my previous few videos because I've already done a couple of national parks and I did a video detailing exactly what it all entails for the next few months. So let's get some hiking under our belt and we'll see if we can find those ponies again. I don't know if it will pick it up on the camera, but the bird song is unbelievable right now. There's so many birds singing. I can hear like a cuckoo in the distance. It's honestly, it sounds like a tropical rainforest right now. But yeah, that's one of the blessings of coming today. Even though the weather is quite cloudy, it means there's less people around, and you know, I can just hear those sounds of nature so much more with less people around. So yeah, it's kind of mixed feelings about coming on a day like today, but it's certainly beautiful. But yeah, even more so, it sounds beautiful as well with those amazing bird calls. And speaking of rainforest, look at this mighty oak tree with polypody ferns growing all over it. They're a bit frazzled because it's not summer yet, but oh god, what a tree. That's got to be 600 or 700 years old, I would have thought. Wow. And then look at the rest of it. Beautiful. Okay, so after quite a bit of a trek actually, and feeling like I wasn't going to find them, I finally found some New Forest ponies, because to be honest with you, I thought there was going to be way more of them around and they were going to be a lot more reliable, but yeah, they seem to be much more out in the open than in the sort of nice woody bits. So I found them. I have had to jump over rivers and streams to get to them. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock now. I'm gonna hopefully stay with them now until maybe for the next hour, so say 7 o'clock. Within that hour, the weather forecast on the Met Office says that it is going to be quite a bit more sunny over the next hour. So hopefully there's going to be some breaks in the cloud and there's going to be some interesting light, hopefully catching some of these ponies or some of the ancient trees around. So yeah, that's my plan. I also have found where I'm going to camp as well, so that's good. Then sunset is at 8, so try and get these shots of the ponies over the next hour, then find where I'm going to camp and get set up for dinner. Well, they were right about the weather. It is turning out to be quite dynamic now. It is just coming up to 7 o'clock and the sun is peeking through the clouds. It's quite exciting actually, because I've got the ponies right where I want them, and they're actually quite active at the moment. They're sort of running around and trotting and stuff, and the light is coming and going, and I'm getting some incredible shots. So yeah, it's turning out so far exactly how I wanted it to. I've got some ancient trees in the background, I've got some lovely light coming through, and I've got the ponies. So yeah, fingers crossed this really works out. So I've put my A6700 on the tripod now. I found this bit literally right by where the ponies were. In fact, they still are here, but they're not in any interesting light anymore. And I was just drawn to this area where obviously the ponies can't get in there. It means that the grass is much longer, and it looks incredible actually. There's these real layers that go through the image. So you've got this beautiful soft sort of beige golden grass in the foreground, and then you've got these lovely straight pine trees going through the frame, and then in the background you've got more layers of some new birch growth, so it's really like a lovely vibrant lime green. And then right in the distance you've got some darker pine trees again. So yeah, I just thought I was like scanning along this boundary line and thinking to myself, there's an image here. It's not the image that I came for. I definitely was drawn to the New Forest ponies, but when you are a landscape photographer, these sorts of images are just so difficult to pass up. You know, I don't really see areas like this where the grass is so long. It looks like very savanna-like, and I just thought it was worth photographing while I'm here. I don't know if it will turn out any good. Unfortunately, when I actually noticed it was actually really well lit with some quite directional lighting coming from the sun. Unfortunately now the sun's gone behind a bank of cloud, but there is a very thin strip of light just on the horizon. So my hope is that ideally the sun will come below that bank of cloud, hit that strip of light, and we might get some really interesting conditions, hopefully with some colour as well, because that would look absolutely brilliant. So the only thing is I'm getting very cold, so you can see I've put my jacket on. It's almost like gloves time now, to be perfectly honest, standing around here, and I'm very hungry, so I don't know how much longer I can give this. It's 7:30 now, so yeah, maybe another 10-15 minutes. It'd be nice if that sun just comes below that bank of cloud within that time, and I get this shot to look even better than it currently does. Yes, it is happening. Oh my god, it's finished. Literally just for less than 30 seconds, the light just dipped below that bank of cloud and it lit up my scene. Let me just double check. Yes. Yeah, I just managed to capture it. So yeah, it's so exciting when that happens. You know what, it's happening again. The light is coming through. So yeah, if you can see behind me, you can see, so that light is coming through and bathing the grass and everything, and yeah, just really making the scene way more dynamic. The only thing, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but this area is like full of either midges or mosquitoes now, which it wasn't before, so I'm just getting bitten to shreds here, and I'm getting very itchy, so it's not very pleasant. And in fact, thinking about it, the place that I was planning to camp as well was right by the river, so I don't know how good that's going to be in terms of getting bitten by insects all night. May have to rethink that. But yeah, very, very exciting evening of landscape photography. Oh my god, it's looking so good. Oh wow. Yes, it's so good when you're like planning this shot and you're waiting for the light to just hit things right, and it just happens. So yeah, it paid off, definitely. Bear with me while I just cross one of the many streams that I've got to get across. Oh god, slippery logs. Eesh. Let me show you what I'm up against. Whee! Okay. Right, yeah, I think I've got 2 more streams to cross, so that's number 1. Right, so the sun's gone down. I'm hightailing it to where I'm planning to camp for the evening, and yeah, just renegotiating all of the streams and rivers that I had to cross getting here to get back to where I need to be. But yeah, that was really, really exciting. It doesn't look like sunset is going to do anything because of the cloud and everything. It looks like it's just going to get snuffed out without much colour. So yeah, I was really happy with that actually. That worked out really, really well, waiting around for that shot. And then I got to fly the drone as well, which was incredible. Seeing it from above and seeing the light hitting the landscape. Yeah, but yeah, the light is fading. So I need to get to where I'm going to camp, and need to get dinner on the go really, because I'm absolutely starving now. Woo. Right, so with the last bit of light, I'm going to show you what we have got to eat and drink this evening. So for drink, I went and picked up this. This is called pig beer, so it's a Storm. I'm not exactly sure what that means, to be honest. I need to actually look up what it is, but yeah, that's the beer that we've got. So this is a local brewery based in Brockenhurst within the national park. Yeah, that's going to be really good. Like I said, I don't know if it's a lager, an ale, I'm not sure. All I know is that it's called Storm. So yes, that's that. I'm going to get some water on the boil because I'm going to do some couscous. I wanted to do something a little bit healthier. I feel like the last couple of meals that I've made haven't been the most healthy things. So the New Forest is known for panage pork, so every autumn, usually around August, September time I believe, the pigs get turned out into the forest and they go around grazing all of the acorns and beech nuts, and it's well known for the pork that comes from the New Forest. So I'm going to get that cooked, mix it up with the couscous, and then I've got like a little vinaigrette type thing that's going to go in there as well, like a mustardy, oily concoction. Oh, and I've also got, it's also known pork goes well with apples, so I got an apple there as well, which I plan to chop some of that up and pop it in with the couscous. So yeah, quite a nice healthy dinner actually compared to the last ones. But yeah, first things first, I got to get some water on the boil for the couscous, and I'm going to get the tent up and everything. So That's my plan. Right, time to try this pork. Pork, couscous, apple, and like a honey mustard glaze. First, try a bit of apple. The healthy part. Oh. That's delicious, actually. It doesn't seem like much, and it's quite simple. And to be perfectly honest with you, I completely forgot seasoning, so there's no salt or pepper. So all the flavour really is coming from the pork and that glaze that I made. So, let's try a bit of the pork. Delicious. I tell you what, I'm so hungry. Wow. Yeah, it ended up being quite a bit later than I planned. I ideally would have liked to still be sitting here in a bit of the light, but yeah, the light just faded so quickly. It's 9:15 now, so I'm going to eat this, and then I've got my dessert as well. But before that, actually, I've got my beer, so old-fashioned way. Right, so pig beer, Storm. Let's try it. That's lovely. Oh yeah, that might be the best one yet, actually. So I've been rating these out of 10. I think I'd probably give that an 8 straight up. Yeah, it's an ale, I guess, but it's got a slight fizz to it. Yeah, it doesn't really say much other than it's called Storm, so yeah, highly recommend that. That's delicious. Okay, so I've had dinner, I'm tucked up in bed now, but the one thing that I very nearly forgot is my sweet treat from the New Forest. So from my research, the New Forest is well known for fudge, and so this is Fordingbridge fudge, and this is New Forest honey and cream flavour. So I can get this open. Bear with me. Luckily, it's not anything that I have to cook, because really quite annoyingly, I tested the gas before I left, and I thought I had enough for one more night, but I had enough to do one of those pork chops, and then it gave up the ghost. So it means I couldn't cook my other pork chop, and it also means I can't have a coffee in the morning. But luckily I can have my sweet treat, because it doesn't involve any cooking this time around, because I have been doing these boiled desserts, but this is just straight out of the packet. Let's give it a go. So yeah, New Forest honey and cream flavour. Very sweet. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it tastes like most fudge, to be perfectly honest. It's nice, but yeah, the honey's a bit subtle. And yeah, just tastes like any old fudge. But nice to have something sweet before bed. But I'm only going to have probably 2 pieces. And I will catch you guys in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning everyone. I've come a little bit further away from the stream, because believe it or not, I mean, it's only a trickle going through, but it ends up being quite deafening, hence didn't get the best night's sleep in the world, but it was still fairly peaceful, and other than the stream, there really wasn't much noise at all, until this morning, when instead of the rooster making noise, it was actually the cuckoo, which is, you can hear it there. I think there's a couple of them. Last night they were just sort of flying around after each other. I guess they're mating maybe. But yeah, that was my wake-up call this morning, which isn't the worst wake-up call in the world. But yeah, nice little camping spot, other than it's probably just a bit too close to this stream in terms of the noise that I could hear all through the night. Obviously this is the time when I would love a coffee, so I would definitely be getting some water on the boil, but as I said last night, I just didn't bring enough gas with me basically, so I've got I can have a cold coffee, but yeah, can't cook anything, which is a shame because I'd love a coffee and it is cold. Believe it or not, it's actually colder, or it was colder last night than it was in the Lake District, so yeah, it's weird. You come to the New Forest down in the south of England and you expect it to be a lot warmer, but yeah, it was actually quite chilly in the night. I had to have my down jacket on with my hood up and everything just to try and stay warm, but yeah, not the worst night's sleep in the world by any means. And the other thing is that last night was the first night sleeping in this tent that I've experienced really bad condensation. So the outside of the tent is perfectly dry, not a drop on it, but then the inside is just soaked, it's just covered in condensation. So I'm gonna try and let that air out a little bit before I pack it all away. To be honest, it almost seems a shame to leave. It's not even 7 AM yet, 6:59. This cuckoo is still going, but I've learned to love it now, even though, you know, it's been constant this whole time. You know, you don't get opportunities like this very often to be so close to nature, especially the birds. The birds have really just gobsmacked me on this trip. The whole time, well, not through the night, there was a few owls in the night, but any daylight hours the birds have just been going constantly. So yeah, as much as I would like to stay, I've got no coffee, got no breakfast, so I need to get going. The one thing I do have is one of these Biscoff biscuits, so that's breakfast. And another thing, something that I always recommend people to do if you can, when you go wild camping the next day, or even anytime you're out in the countryside really, just pick up one bit of litter. If you can just do one bit, then you know that's quite a nice thing to do for the countryside and for nature. You're getting a lot out of spending time in nature, so if you can give back a little bit as well, just pick up one bit of litter. Today I found this dirty old can of Rio that was actually in the river, so I don't want to leave it in the river there, so I'm going to just take this, and then anything else I find on the way back that I can fit in my bag, I'll take it with me. Well, some more good news and bad news actually. The bad news first, if you see behind me, I was intending to go in that direction, so I'm not going to be able to cross the river in the direction that I wanted to go in, which is a shame because I'm not too far away now, but I can't get across that without taking my shoes and socks off and everything. So yeah, that's the bad news. But the good news, I literally just came across the ponies again in an even better setting than I found them yesterday. So it's a much more wooded setting with some lovely morning light coming through. So I fired off a few shots again, actually got some of them crossing the river. I have to see which I prefer, whether yesterday's or today's are better, but I won't know that until I get home and start editing them and everything. But yeah, just a nice additional opportunity to see the ponies in such an amazing place. It's just beautiful here. So yeah, and it's incredible how silent they are as well. They just move through the woodland and you don't even notice they're there until you hear one of them neighing or something like that. So yeah, it's just a lovely experience, and yeah, definitely another really good national park. So yeah, another excellent experience on the National Parks project. So yeah, you'll have to stay tuned to the channel to find out where I am next for the next part of the National Parks project. Sounds so stupid, but I'm basically trapped here. I'm on this like peninsula of land with rivers all the way around me, and I just can't find a way to get back across to like solid ground. Ay. Been walking for like half an hour just in one direction, hoping that it would end up being like somewhere that I could get through, but it ended up just being a dead end, just a big wide river, too wide to jump, too deep to just go across. Really annoying. So yeah, still trying to find my way out of the New Forest. This is sketchy. What am I doing? Bloody hell. Yeah. Oh, it's all good fun, eh? Bloody hell. God, if I'd have fallen in there, that would have been thousands of pounds of camera gear and hiking gear potentially ruined. So yeah, all fun and games, eh? Well everyone, I hope you can hear me over the bird song, but that is my New Forest adventure over. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. It was actually, I was worried yesterday when it was cloudy, but yeah, by the time it got to sunset and golden hour with the ponies and with those grass shots, yeah, and then the wild camping, yeah, I think it turned out really well. Although I did forget to bring enough gas, so means no coffee or breakfast, so swings and roundabouts. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.